What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. Back again, man. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Y'all see that fella? Y'all see that fella, man? That was in that very first picture that I showed you just now. That was a heck of a guy. I'm talking about me. When I say that fella, I'm talking about me. To the left. That was me to the left, man. With some of the other fellas that I was in there with. Now I'm gonna show you another picture of me that y'all ain't seen. Y'all seen that picture before, but I got another picture of me that I just got when I was in the pen that I'm gonna show you at the end of the video. You know, I'm gonna show y'all that one at the end of the video, man. That guy right there, man. That guy right there. That guy right there, man. Boy, look at he was a force to be reckoned with in that system. And I'm talking about me. The way that I thought, the way that I seen things, the way that I looked at life, my dedication, man, my loyalty, my everything was top notch, y'all. I was on a whole different level, man. I was the epitome of what Crippen was about behind them walls in that prison system, man. I was with it. I was with it. I was with it. A lot of people like, were you a leader or were you a follower? And I tell you all the time, man, I was an individual. An individual is a person who knows when it's time to lead. He's also a person who knows when it's time to follow. Because there comes a time to do both. If your mind is on any other thing other than that, when it comes down to that, then you are a potential problem because you can you can you can contribute to that phrase, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians, man. That's a recipe for disaster, especially when you in a prison setting to where everybody is dependent on each other. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You know what I'm saying? In that type of environment, I took wholeheartedly to whatever was going on behind them walls, man, with my people. And I ain't talking about the Alabama system. No, period. I'm talking about when I was in the Cali system, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Because the California prison system is what shaped and molded the criminal cartoon. You know what I'm saying? The behind the wall prison cartoon. The California prison system was shaped and molded me. And if you have to do time, I'm not saying for nobody to go to prison and do time. But I believe because of our politics and the different entities and all the different groups that we had in the California prison system, I don't think it was no other state that had a prison system like ours. You can't tell me it was. I don't give a dang what nobody feel. You can't tell me it was. Our system was so political. It was so hit or miss. Whereas I'm saying that it was so many rules and regulations. It didn't take much for you to funk out of bounds and be on the outs. So for you to go through our California prison system, man, and have a immaculate, stunning, stellar record through your whole time going through that Cali system, especially when you did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And go through that system with no dark blemishes on your record, to have your name mentioned when your set is mentioned, to be one of the main names that they, oh man, you know your homeboy son, you know, man, where you from? I'm from this and that. Oh, you know your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? When you reach that status right there, that means, boy, look here, you were freaking it in Korean up in there, boy. You was doing your thing. You know? And it took a lot of sacrifice, man. It took a lot of sacrifice. It took a lot of dedication, man. It took a lot of you know what I'm saying, integrity within yourself. In that world, in the world that you were living in at that time, in that prison world. I'm not meshing it in with the free world, with the street person. You know what I'm saying? Because on the streets, whole different values. You conduct yourself a whole different way. You swing a whole different way. It's different. You know what I'm saying? But when you behind that wall, man, when you up under that pressure, when you live in that life, it's a certain way, man. You gotta perform. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way. Some people say, man, you gotta turn savage. I'm not gonna say I turned savage, because back then at that time I was savage before I even stepped a foot on the yard. I was already a savage. But you got to get your discipline all the way down. Man, you got to get your discipline all the way down, man. Your fortitude, your teachings and your learnings. Learn from the best. Don't learn from the rest. You know, man, when I stepped into that system, man, I ran across some brothers in that county jail, in that Crip module, in Chino, in all the different California prisons that I went to. Man, I ran across some dudes that had been doing it, boy, and had been doing it and doing it and doing it well. Them was the ones I vibrated to. You see, I didn't use the term migrated to. I used the term vibrated to, because I was shaking and rattling, rolling, trying to get over there with the Rough Riders, with them. The ones who was there when the gates racked, when it was time to go. You know what I'm saying? The ones who wasn't worried about the gun tower. The ones who wasn't worried about at that time going home. The ones who wasn't worried about, if they had a visit coming that weekend. The ones who wasn't worried about being going to whatever little designated area the police pulled up, talking amongst yourselves and talking that peace talk. I wasn't with them. No. Wasn't with them. I was with the ones who didn't give a dang about no peace. So what? Let it ride. Let the chips fall where they may. I was with the ones who took pride in handling their business, because they was getting down for what they believed in. You feel what I'm saying? Hunger strikes, getting at the one time, whatever. I remember one time, man, we went on a hunger strike in the hole. And we was giving the one time, we was giving the COs all they could stand. You know what I'm saying? Cause we took the whole tier over. And we had been on it at this time for about 5 days straight. We wasn't accepting no food they was trying to give us. And we was already in the hole, so it wasn't no, catching no store and all that. The few little things we might have had, man, you know what I'm saying, when the hunger strike hit, I think at the time I had I might have about, I think I had about three apples, I think a bag of chips and something. That's all I had. That's all I had myself, y'all. It's all I had. And when we decided, man, hunger strike, man, we ain't eating spit, none of that, till we get some justice back here. I made them 3 apples and a bag of chips last. Like I say, around the 5th day hit, my chips and my apples was gone, y'all. It was gone, you know. But we was standing strong. We was standing strong, man. Us and the essays that came together. For those who don't know, essays, the Mexicans, we came together. You know what I'm saying? We was on it and they was on it. Police was wondering how long it was gonna last, if they was gonna be able to outlast us. You know? We wondered when the warden was gonna step in, when the administration was gonna start saying, hey, we gonna have to do something, because this is getting serious. You know? We had a couple of homies that didn't have bit when we decided, man, we was going to go on this hunger strike. Didn't have nothing, man. One of my apples I had, man, I took it and I broke it in half with my fingers, man. I broke it in half, man. Cause one of the homies down the tier, man, he was in bad shape, but he was holding on. He was sticking that thing out, man. And matter of fact, it was my last apple. It was my last apple. I put my fingers in it, man. I busted apple in half. And I wrapped it in paper, wrapped it in some writing paper. I had a old sandwich bag, I think, old bag or something. Boom. And I shot it down the tier to one of the homies, man. He didn't have nothing when it started. He was hungry. By the 5th day, boy, he was still hanging in there, man. That was the heart we had back then, man. That was the dedication we had back then, man. That's how strong our mind was, man. We was down for the cause. Man, we was so down for the cause, man, that it didn't make no sense. Man, I done met some good homies, man. During my time in the California prison, man, I done met some Crips, man, that was stoned down riders, man. And I'm going to speak on them, too. Not right now. I'm going to speak on them in my book, man. It's coming along. Man, it's a lot of y'all out there, man. Y'all going to want to know, man. I want to woo-woo. You know, y'all heard of some of your big homies that was in there at that time. Some of y'all don't really know them, but y'all heard of them. And y'all going to want to know, dang, what's up with that? They going in the book. I'm going to mention them. I'm talking about everybody. I'm going to mention everybody. If you was in there with me and you was a mark, oh, I'm talking about you. You know what I'm saying? From 4800 all the way through my whole prison system in Cali. If you was a mark, I'm going to talk about you. If you was a straight up rider, I'm going to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let everybody know who was down for the cause and who was punking the game. It's a few of them, boy. It's a bunch of them running around that was in that system, done got out, and they homies looked at the time that they did. They looking at all the years that they did. And they thinking, oh, that don't make you gangster because you did a lot of years. No, what make you gangster, homie, is what were you doing in there during all those years. I don't give a dang you did 20 or 30 years. You ain't threw rice at a wedding, homie. You ain't got off. You ain't caught no stab case. You ain't did nothing. Man, get out of here, man. You wasn't nothing. You just another number. And I'm going to talk about it. Boy, I'm gonna talk about it, homie. I don't give a dang about they get mad. I don't care. They can't whoop me. So shoot. So what? But the ones who was in there, man, getting down, had that Mandingo warrior spirit in them. I'm gonna talk about them. I'm gonna let you know, homie. I'm gonna let you know about them. I remember during that hunger strike, I ended up going to the infirmary. I spoke on this before in one of my stories. I ended up going to the infirmary. For y'all who don't know the infirmary, that means the hospital. Okay, so now while I was in there, I gotta remember. I don't know if it was the captain, if I can remember right. It wasn't the ward. I believe it was the captain. He found out I was in the infirmary. He came down, and the reason why he tried to talk to me because he knew I was I was the ringleader for the Crips back there in that hole at that time. You feel what I'm saying? So he tried to come talk to me. He said, man, I need for y'all to come off this hunger strike, man. I don't know what you talking about, man. Ain't no nothing, man. To y'all, you know what I'm saying? To y'all do this, and this, man. We ain't eating nothing. He looking. He like, man, y'all been on that thing about 5-6 days now. I'm like, so, and you know what, and? Man, listen. He leave. He come back with a big styrofoam tray. On the styrofoam tray, man, he had some big old, he went, okay, now you know the police, they got their own kitchen that they can go eat in, buy food or whatever, where it's at, I don't know. But they got that. Most prisons got that. You know what I'm saying? Staff dining hall or whatever, I guess, I don't know. But look, He come back with a big styrofoam tray, popped it open. It had like 3-4 pieces of big old, man, fried chicken, crispy, crunchy, hot with the steam coming off of it, mashed potatoes, gravy, some peas, some rolls. He say, man, look, man, go ahead and eat, man. It's you. Man, you eat. Man, I just want you to, when you go back, I just want you to talk to your boys, man, and tell them stop all this, man. We gonna straighten everything out for them. Tell them stop all this. Man, what? I say, man, check this out, man. If you ain't got this right here, for everybody that's back there in that lockup, man, that haven't eaten in a week, then you ain't got it for me, man. Get that mess away from me, man. Man, I push that junk. Man, that food, man, that's the divide and conquer. Now, you got a whole bunch of weak fools would have failed week and would have sat there and ate all that food back and then went back over there with the homies with a full stomach while we got some stomped down lokes back there starving. You know? Man, that mess pissed me off, boy, when I ran across them type, boy. Look here, man. And get this mess away from me, man. Try to play me with this junk. Give everybody, blacks and Mexicans, give us all this. Or don't give us nothing, man. And don't give me nothing, man. Man, I took my butt back there and finished the hunger strike with my people, man. Straight up. We talk about all that in the book, man. We talk about all that in the book, man. But it was the days, y'all. Them was the days, boy. Them was the days, boy. Them 1980s in the California prison system, it shaped and molded a lot of us, man. It shaped and molded a lot of us, man. You know? Anyway, I done went off on a tangent. I didn't even mean for this video to be that long, man. I just really wanted to put the this one picture up there, man. This picture I'm finna show y'all now. That was me, man. The glasses that I got on, I never forget, man. I used to have these lokes. We used to wear these lokes. And what we would do, I didn't know how to do them. We didn't know how to do them. So we would get whatever essay was getting down, what they was doing, they was engraving whatever you wanted wrote on the lens, and they'd take the white out. You know the white out, when you white out a mistake in a letter, they would take the white out after they engraved whatever you wanted on your lens, and they would put the white out on there, smooth it around, let it dry, then they would wipe it off. But the whiteout that went into the engraving, it stayed. So whatever you wrote on your lokes, on your glasses, that's what was wrote on there. And I'll never forget, man, I had a black pair of lokes with the 5 tray on them. Man, SAD, I forgot what I paid for them, but man, I used to love them glasses, man, with the 5 tray on them. I used to be on Iron Pile. I used to be on Iron Pile with them on, man. In fact, the picture I'm finna show you was one of the pictures, man. Was a picture when I had them on, and with a couple of with a couple of other homies. You can't really see them, but boom. I mean, boy, that's when I was pressure, boy. Ooh-wee. During the time of that picture right there, pressure. But anyway, man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53, man. So I just put that little bit out there, man. Y'all check the little pitch out, man. I'm out. Peace. I represent the gangsters, homie.
Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie. Ain't nobody gangsta boogie. 4, 2, 1, man. 4, 2, 1, man. Look